8243. The persons jointly responsible for the initiation, continuation, diversion, and termination of a supplemental air carrier or commercial operator flight are the A. Pilot in command and chief pilot. B. Pilot in command and director of operations. C. Pilot in command and the flight follower. The correct answer is B. The pilot in command, PIC, and the director of operations, DO, are jointly responsible for the initiation, continuation, diversion, and termination of a supplemental air carrier or commercial operator flight. The PIC has ultimate authority and responsibility for the safe operation of the flight, while the DO oversees the overall flight operations and ensures compliance with regulations and company policies. 8243-1. You are the pilot in command of a 14 CFR Part 121 domestic operation flight. In addition to yourself, who is jointly responsible for pre-flight planning, delay, and dispatch release of the flight? A. The director of operations. B. The chief pilot or design. C. The aircraft dispatcher. The correct answer is C. In a 14 CFR Part 121 domestic operation flight, the pilot in command, PIC, is jointly responsible with the aircraft dispatcher for pre-flight planning, delay, and dispatch release of the flight. The aircraft dispatcher works closely with the PIC to ensure that the flight is planned and conducted safely and efficiently. They collaborate on various aspects such as weather analysis, flight routing, fuel planning, and operational considerations. 8290. Which information must be contained in or attached to the dispatch release for a flag air carrier flight? A. Type of operation, e.g., IFR, VFR. Trip number. B. Total fuel supply and minimum fuel required on board the airplane. C. Passenger manifest, company or organization name, and cargo weight. The correct answer is A. The dispatch release for a flag air carrier flight must contain the following information: type of operation, e.g., IFR, VFR, trip number, departure airport, intermediate stops, destination airport, alternate airports, minimum fuel supply for each flight dispatched as an ETOPS flight. The ETOPS diversion time for which the flight is dispatched. The dispatch release may also include the following information: passenger manifest, company or organization name, cargo weight, weather reports, available weather forecasts, or a combination thereof for the destination airport, intermediate stops, and alternate airports that are the latest available at the time the release is signed by the pilot in command and dispatcher. 8292. What information attached to the dispatch carrier flight must be contained in or release for a domestic air? A. Departure airport, intermediate stops, destinations, alternate airports, and trip number. B. Names of all passengers on board and minimum fuel supply. C. Cargo load, weight and balance data, and identification number of the aircraft. The correct answer is A. The dispatch release for a domestic air carrier flight must contain or have attached to it the information related to the departure airport, any intermediate stops, the destination airport, alternate airports, if required, and the trip number. This information is essential for flight planning and ensuring that the flight is conducted safely and efficiently. 8293. What information must be included on a domestic air carrier dispatch release? A. Evidence that the airplane is loaded according to schedule and a statement of the type of operation. B. Minimum fuel supply and trip number. C. Company or organization name and identification number of the aircraft. The correct answer is B. On a domestic air carrier dispatch release, the information that must be included is the minimum fuel supply required to be on board the aircraft and the trip number. This information is essential for flight planning, fuel management, and identification of the specific flight.